You've been pouring everything you've got into this, haven't you? Sacrificing your time, your energy, your peace, all in hopes of earning just a fraction of their respect. You've bent over backwards, doing everything you can to please them, to make them notice you. But in return, what have you gotten? Behind your back, they mock you. When you're not around, they talk down to you. You've handed them your time, your dedication, your very soul, and what did they do? They threw it all back in your face without a second thought. Now, here you are, sitting with this nagging question. Why don't they see my value? Why don't they appreciate me for everything I've given? It's frustrating, isn't it? To feel like you've done everything right, only to be met with disrespect and disregard. The truth is, the more you give to people who don't value it, the more they take you for granted. And in that process, they lose sight of your worth because you've given them too much of yourself. It's time to take a step back, reassess your worth, and realize that the respect you seek starts with you, not them. Let me set you straight. They don't respect you because you've given them too much. Too much of yourself, too much of your attention, too much of your energy. You fed them, and now they think they own you. Here's the thing, the world will tell you to fight back, to stand tall, to shout louder than those who try to break you. They'll tell you to prove yourself, to show them your worth. But I'm here to share something they won't tell you. The loudest voices, they're the weakest. Those who demand your attention and your reaction need you more than you need them. Here's the kicker, the moment you stop playing their game, you win. I've seen it over and over. People break themselves trying to get validation from people who don't care, people who never will. But let me ask you this, what if you stopped? What if you ignored them, walked away, and refused to give them the satisfaction of your anger or pain? Here's what happens. Respect, fear, for things you don't beg for, chase after, or try to force, for things you earn when you show them you're above their noise. This isn't about taking the high road or turning the other cheek. It's about strategy. It's about power. It's about strength. Because every time you respond, every time you let their words, their lies, their actions get under your skin, you give them power. And you're better than that. You're smarter than that. You're bigger than that. Let me break it down for you, for truths, for lessons that will make them respect you, make them fear you without you lifting a finger. But you've got to understand them. This is how you take control, not just of them, but of yourself. Ready? Good. Let's go. Number 1, silence takes away their power. Let me start with the basics. Power only exists when it's acknowledged. Their insults, their taunts, their fake smiles, all of it only stings because you allow it. The second you stop reacting, you take the power right out of their hands, and that terrifies them. Think about it like this. Imagine a dog barking at you. Annoying, right? But do you bark back? No. You just keep walking, head high, as if the dog doesn't matter. That's what ignoring them does. It shows them that they don't matter. And that's where respect begins. People fear what they can't control. When you argue back, you validate their existence. When you ignore them, you make them irrelevant. And nothing burns more than being irrelevant. Let their words fall into the void and watch their confidence crumble. Number 2, ignoring exposes their weakness. Here's where it gets interesting. When you stop reacting, you force them to reveal their insecurities. The louder they get, the more desperate they become. Let me tell you a story. There was a kid, quiet, small, always keeping to himself. The bullies thought they could break him, but every insult, every shove, every attempt to humiliate him, he met it with silence. No anger, no tears, just cold indifference. And you know what happened? They cracked. They couldn't handle the lack of a response. They started fighting among themselves, trying to get the reaction they wanted. But he never gave it to them. In the end, he won. Ignoring them doesn't just show strength. It exposes their need for attention, for validation, for control. It forces them to face the weakness they were trying to mask. Number 3, silence builds mystery, and mystery breeds fear. Mystery, the thing that scares people the most. When they don't know what you're thinking, they imagine the worst. Silence is power. It's a weapon sharper than any insult, more effective than any punch. Think about the most feared people in history. They didn't shout. They didn't scream. They didn't explain themselves. They let their silence speak volumes. Silence makes you unpredictable, and unpredictability that keeps people up at night. When you stop explaining yourself, when you stop reacting, they start filling in the blanks. Why isn't he responding? What's he planning? Their imagination becomes your greatest ally. Let them spiral. Let them drown in their own doubts. Fear isn't about what you say. It's about what you don't say. Keep quiet and watch them. Number 4. Silence protects your peace and strengthens your power. Finally, ignoring them isn't just about them, it's about you. Your peace, your focus, your power. Why waste your energy on people who thrive on your misery? Here's the hard truth. Not everyone deserves your attention. Not everyone should have a seat at your table. Your time is precious. Your energy is sacred. Why give it away to people who don't value it? When you ignore them, you protect your peace. You take back control. You focus on what matters, your goals, your growth, your future. That's what they fear, not your silence. What they fear is what your silence allows you to become. See, they're stuck in their little world, playing petty games, but you're moving forward. Every second you don't waste on them is a second you invest in yourself. Every time you walk away, you're building a legacy they'll never understand. One day, they'll look up and see you, towering above them, unbothered, unstoppable. That's the power of ignoring them. It's not just a defense, it's a strategy. It's how you rise above, how you become untouchable. So now, are you starting to get it? Ignoring them isn't weakness. It's power, it's control, it's the ultimate revenge. They want your attention. They crave your reaction. Don't give it to them. Starve them. Let them wither while you shine. And remember, respect doesn't come from being the loudest or the hardest. It comes from silence, from strength, from knowing exactly who you are and refusing to let anyone drag you down. Ignore them. Rise above. Become the storm they never saw coming. And when they look back, they'll realize too late that the person they tried to break, you became unbreakable. Now, get out there and show them just how powerful silence really is.